Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is Asad Yaqub, and in this video I'm going to tell you very briefly how to impress your speaking examiner. Well guys, let me tell you, Ielts speaking examiners, they actually, sorry about that, they go through a lot of workload, right? Because the candidates that appear to them, some candidates are good to go, some candidates are not good to go. They don't speak, they hardly answer. The answers are yes, no, and all that. So IELTS speaking examiner's job is also stressful job because they have to show happy face to all the candidates and all that. Now, how to impress the examiner? The first thing is, in order to impress the examiner, you have to cooperate with the examiner. Allow the examiner to conduct your speaking test. Don't ask irrelevant questions and don't bother the examiner by giving very short answer and by asking for clarifications again and again and all that. As far as your dressing is concerned, it's important. I mean, whenever you go to take any test or whenever you go, the way you appear to the examiner, that is also very important. Although there is no marking criteria for dressing, but still I would advise you to dress up nicely. Even if you don't shower every day, on the day of exam, you should shower. Don't worry, I know water is wet. I understand water is wet, but please still try to compromise. Anyways, so you should wear nice clothes, decent clothes, nice haircut, whatever it is, right? But there's no marking criteria of that, but being a human, you can influence another human with your personality. On the other hand, when IELTS speaking examiner starts speaking part 1, try to give crisp answers. These answers are going to please the examiner quite a lot. What are crisp answers? Crisp answers are the answers that contain 4 to 5 sentences. The first question that they ask you, do you work or study? Answer the question in 1 sentence or 2 sentences. For example, do you work or study? I work. In fact, I'm working as a manager in the local bank. I study. In fact, at the moment, I'm studying in the local university and I'm studying business communication or anything like that. This first question is asked so that examiner could ask you the specific questions which can be suitable for you. So they want to categorize and they want to ask you the specific questions which are suitable for you. After that, when they ask you other questions, now remember the 3-step formula, I've given that in my other videos as well. Answer the question directly using different words. For example, if they say, what do you do in your free time? Now, don't use the word free time, use leisure time, right? Spare time, right? Or you can use the word weekend, or you can use the word off time, or you can use the word free time. So use a variety of words. This variety is going to bring you good bench score. Another important point, when it comes to IELTS speaking, part 1, 2, 3, try to signpost your answer. How to signpost your answer? You can use signpost language. Don't signpost every answer, but when they ask you the question, what do people do in their spare time in your country? Well, first of all, it depends on the people. Students, they spend their spare time with their friends and they often go out to play different games. On the other hand, elderly people, see that first of all. On the other hand, and finally, so this is what we call signpost language. You can Google it and we call it signposting. I advise you all to signpost your answers, especially speaking part 2 should be signposted very well and speaking part 3 should also be signposted. Use connecting words, connecting phrases, and for the most part, try to use compound sentences. In speaking part 2, when examiner gives you the topic and a minute, just read the topic, note down some points and all that. And when examiner says, you'll now have to speak on this topic for 1 to 2 minutes, only then you should start your answer, okay? And the topic will be in front of you, cue card will be in front of you, paper will be in front of you. You can take a look and you can express yourself. Part 3 is for advanced what do you say, bench score 7, 8, 9. There they see your capability to get bench 7, 8, 9, or just bench 6 is fine for you. So there they ask you four type of questions. First of all, prediction based questions, opinion based questions, comparative questions, assessment like advantages, disadvantages. Sometimes if you give crammed answers, they will ask you more questions. If you give them crammed answers, they will ask you difficult questions to understand that, to break the pattern of those crammed answers. They will ask you different questions, and then you are going to be puzzled that why are they asking me so many questions. One more thing. Sometimes it becomes difficult for the examiner to decide your bench score. So in that case, they often ask you more questions. So these are the things that can influence the examiner. Talk clearly. Don't talk so loudly. When you go to that room, you can see the size of the room and all that. Then accordingly adjust your volume, because your voice will go to the recording device and the examiner also. Adjust your volume. Be courteous. Talk politely to the examiner. Okay, answer every question. In part 3, if you do not understand the question, you can say, could you please repeat your question? Or you can say, excuse me, ma'am, I beg your pardon. Would you like to repeat your question? So like this, they would repeat the question. And remember, in part 1 and part 3, at the end of your answer, you must conclude your answer in one sentence. To answer your question, my favorite color is black. To reply to your query, I go to Lahore Mall quite often. Right? So like this, when you speak, you're going to impress the examiner. And if examiner is impressed by your language, there are 4 criteria: pronunciation, fluency, grammar, vocabulary. If you take care of all these things, along with courtesy, politeness, all that stuff, there is no reason that you're not going to get good bench score. All the best, guys. I also teach Ielts online all over the world and on campus here in Lahore. If you want to be the part of my online or on-campus Ielts classes, my WhatsApp number is given. You can contact me for that. Asad Yaqub truly wishes you best of luck. Take care. Allah Hafiz.